Hi guys, welcome to my new YouTube video, and in this video I'll be telling you about the most important UX interview questions that can be asked from you in an interview. And there are people who are still confused what are the questions that is being asked in an UX interview. So I have covered most of the relevant questions that is being repeated in every interview. So without any ado, let's just jump into the video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and do share this video with other design buddies who are starting their career in design so that they can also be aware of questions that is being asked in an interview. So let's just jump into the video. So guys, I came across this post which stated the 14 questions you will be asked in UX interview. So I feel like these are the most important questions which can be asked in any interview you will appear. So these are basically the generic questions which will be asked by the recruiter in the hiring process. And if you go through these set of 14 questions, I bet you'll definitely clear that interview. So starting with a few questions, let's start. Like firstly, they'll ask you how do you define UX design, or if you're applying for a UI design or a product design or a brand design or a web design. So the questions will be molded in that way, like how do you define UX design, web design, UI design. So this is one of the generic question which is to be asked in each of the company you will be applying for. So the recruiter will be asking you such generic questions. Apart from that, he'll ask you what is your design process, because for every designer, the design process is different and the whole journey or the process that follows is different. So what is your unique process which makes you unique and exceptional from others? You have to state that factor in this question. Next is tell about yourself. For this question, try to be to the point and crisp. They don't want to know about your school, college, and which degree you're pursuing and all. Apart from that, they just want to know about your experiences, in which companies you have worked in, and what were the positions you have worked as for that company. So try to be unique and try to be to the point on this question. Next question states that how do you work with engineers, product managers, and other designers? So that is also an important question, because if you will be a part of that team, so you have to be collaborative enough to work with engineers. You have to be patient enough. You have to be understanding, and you have to be way too much like you can explain things in a well and a proper way to other designer or product manager or an engineer, because eventually you have to work with a developer or an engineer to make the final product. So for that you have to be straightforward, like how do you work with engineer, product managers, or other designers. You will be collaborative, or you believe in working solo, or you believe in working in team, or other pointers you want to mention about your personality. You can definitely state that in this specific question. Moving on to fifth question, it states that who in the industry do you follow and read. So obviously, being a designer, you must follow other designers, or you must follow people who are into the same industry. So you have to mention that. Whom do you follow and read, and why do you follow that specific personality? Obviously, there is something unique in that person which you follows specifically for. Moving on to the sixth question, that is, what is the most interesting project you have worked on? So definitely, like over the past few years, you have definitely worked as a freelancer or probably as a designer in another startup or another company. So you have to state your experience of like one of the most interesting project you have worked in, and how that specific project mold your life, or probably change the whole perspective of your thinking, or whatever is the reason. You have to state that in this specific question. Next is, do you prefer to work alone or with a team? I actually stated that, because there are people who love to work alone. But honestly, like if I talk about my perspective, I work I love to work with a team because when we are working in a team, we have bundle of ideas and we can collaboratively work together to make that specific product a successful hit. So you can state your own reasons why you want to work alone or why you want to work with a team. Next is tell me about an assignment that was too difficult and how did you handle the situation. So supposingly if you got an assignment which is too difficult to handle that and you're clueless like what to do and how you can proceed with that assignment, but eventually you did that and you actually passed with a great grades, but how did you handle that situation, like what is your whole process while handling that situation, you have to mention that. Next is why do you want to work at a specific company X, like say for example Byju's, Oyo, Flipkart, Amazon. So what is that one reason why do you want to work at that specific company? Obviously there might be reason that maybe e-commerce niche is your favorite niche, or probably your favorite designer works in that company, that's why you want to work under him so that he or she can mentor you as well. So there are your own reasons why you work at specific company. So try to be unique and crisp at that point, and obviously state your like complete answer. Don't try to like exceed that specific answer. Try to be as short as possible. Next up we have is which is your favorite app and website and why do you like it? Obviously, being a designer, you're designing the websites and applications. So you will be researching on more and more websites and applications. But what is your or which is your favorite app or an web or a website? So you have to state that and why do you feel like that is your favorite website or an application? Might be possible ki user experience is good, or probably the color scheme is good, or the navigation is good, so that you can be able to place an order or probably like reach to a specific end result on that specific website in a very less time as compared to its like competitor. So you have to state such reasons in this specific question. Next is what is universal design. So you have to state this. The universal design क्या होता है? Universal design is basically that is open to all and it can be situated in any situation. So you have to mention a complete detailed answer on this, like what is universal design, and you can even use examples for the same that will make your answer more impactful. Next is which app website you don't like and why you don't like it. So you have to state that reason as well. Like supposedly if I don't like website, maybe Amazon. So I have to state reason why I don't like it as compared to the competitors like Flipkart or Myntra. So I have to state that reason why I don't like that specific app or website. What is that one negative point about that website which makes it bad for me? Next is how do you keep yourself updated with design trend? Here you can mention the resources you follow like say Medium, Behance or Dribble, or probably you can also mention about the blogs or YouTube channels you follow or the people you follow who keeps you updated on the design trends and all. So you can actually mention that thing in this question. Last is why should I hire you? That is the most important question in which every company or every recruiter asks you. Why should I hire you? What is a unique factor in you that is like not there in the other person? So you have to mention 2 or 3 unique qualities about you. Like probably if I talk about me, maybe I'm punctual, I don't procrastinate a lot. I believe in putting my efforts and hard work and reaching to a deadline. So that's 2 to 3 unique points about me. So you have to mention that thing in this specific question. So these are the 14 questions which I believe that is enough for preparing for a UX interview. So you guys can go through these questions. I'll be attaching the link for this post And also I'll be making part 2 with updated questions as well. So stay tuned for that. And before that, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And take care, everyone. We'll see you in another video. And yeah.